Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Maths. We're going to be continuing with money today. Now, I think the White Rose worksheet today is really quite tricky, so I'm going to work through it with you all. If you're in peaches or strawberries, it might be best for you to have a look at the alternative worksheet which I've put onto the sway, which will look a little bit like this. So you've got some jars full of money. So I'm going to go through that job first, and then we'll go on to look at the White Rose Maths. I think if you're in strawberries or peaches, you can still watch the White Rose Maths video because you'll still be learning. But when it comes to the time to do your work, if you have a go at these worksheets with the jars instead. Okay, so let's have a look at the first jar. I want to have a look at this jar here, and it says, which coins can you see and how do you know? Well, I'm looking at these and I can see they're round and they're small, and I can see I've got the larger ones here in this jar. So I know these must be 1p coins. So I'm going to count those in ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then in the box I am going to write 5p, because it's not elephants, it's not 5 elephants in a jar, it's 5p in a jar. Now these are all going to be pence answers, but you need to be a little bit careful. So for example, this jar here, I've got a 2p, a 1p and a 5p. And to help me to add them up, I would start with a 5p, then think about what does 5 and 2 look like. Think about it on your 10 frame, it's going to be a full line and 2 more, and then add the 1 as well to get your total. And in this jar here, we have got 4 5p's, so you might want to do some counting in fives for that one. Then the next part of the sheet, you've got lots of these to cut out. If you haven't got a printer, don't worry, just draw your jar and you can draw the coins in it by just putting a circle and just telling me the value of the coin by writing it inside. So there are lots of different ways that you can do this. For example, if I'm looking at this one with 8p jar, I know that I could put in 4 1p's and another 4 1p's to make 8p, and that would be absolutely fine. I could also put some 2p's in and count those in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8. Still makes 8p. It's exactly the same as 8 pennies because they've got a different value. They're worth 2. I could put a 5p in if I wanted, and then I could put 3 pennies. 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I could swap 2 of those pennies for a 2p. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it doesn't matter which way you choose. Go with the coins that you feel really confident in using. So that's what you guys are going to be doing. The rest of us, we're going to be looking at some missing numbers today. And to do that, we need to know a few things. We need to know that this equals sign is really, really, really important. And we need to understand that whatever's on this side is exactly the same as on this side. They are the same. They are equal to. So you can see I've got a long list here on this side, and I've got a list on this side as well. But I've got a question mark at the end because something's missing. So I'm going to start with the side which doesn't have a question mark, and I'm going to do some addition. Now I can see I've got some pence there, but I've also got some pounds. So I'm going to start with the pounds first. So I'm going to select my pounds. £5 plus £2. I know 5 plus 2 is 7. So £5 plus £2 is £7. Then here, what have I got left over? I've got 55 pence. Now, what we could do is write that like this. 755p. But a better way of writing it and a more efficient way of writing it is using our pounds. So we're going to have a dot there, and we're going to write our pence after the dot. So we've got our pounds in front and we've got our pence after. Now, it's quite clever, that dot, because it lets you know It lets you know that that amount after the dot is going to be your pence, so you don't need to put a p after it. So that is £7.55, so we'll get rid of that. Oh my goodness, this looks a bit tricky on this side. Let's look for the pounds. There's a pound, there's a pound, there's a pound. Okie dokie. We can count these in twos. 2, 4, 6. We've got £6. Okay, let's have a look at what else we've got. Well, I can see I've got a 20p, a 20p, a 5p and a 10p. I'm going to add those two together. 2 and 2 is 4, so 20 and 20 is 40. Then I can see my next largest amount is a 10p. So I'm going to add 10p, which I know 40 plus 10, or 4 add 1, is going to be 50p. But I haven't finished there. I've still got this 5p. So 50 plus 5, well, that's going to be easy because that's just going to jump straight in there, and it's going to be £6.55. So now we have our two amounts. I'm just going to go around them in a different colour because we've done some working out on the page, and that's absolutely fine because that's what I needed to do. So let's have a look. On this side, I've got £7.55, and on this side, I've got £6.55. So you can see I'm actually £1 short on this side because I've only got 6 here, but I've got 7 over there. The pence are the same. I've got 55 pence here, and I've got 55 pence here. So I'm missing £1 on this side. So here, I've done all my working out, and I figured out that I also need to add £1 to make that balance. Told you it was going to be a little bit tricky today. Right, we'll go across to our video. Here we go.
Hello there. We're counting money today with notes and coins. So here's a get ready question to get you thinking. Which of these represent 14? Pause the video and have a look.
Okay, I'm going to pause that there. £14. Well, that's interesting. It's not pence, it's £14. Just have a little look at which one you think, or which ones might show £14.
How did you get on with those? The first one, 10 pence and 4 pence, is 14 pence, but not 14 pounds.
Hope you spotted that.
In the middle, we've got a £10 note and £4 coins, that is 14 pounds. And here we have 7 £2 coins, which is also 14 pounds. We have a £10 note and a £5 note, which is 15 pounds, and then a £1 and 4 10 pences, which is £1 and 40 pence. Part-whole models are really useful when looking at pounds and pence. Here I have £2 and 60 pence, and that's my whole. I'm going to split the £2 and 60 pence into two parts. One part has my pounds, £2, and one part has my pence, 60 pence. Sliding the money from the whole to the parts is really important. If you have some money, can you slide it from the whole into two parts? Also, we can slide it back again. £2 plus 60 pence is equal to £2 and 60 pence. Here I have some coins at the top to choose from. Let's have these coins. Right, can we separate them into pounds and pence? £2 goes into the pounds part, and the 20 pence, the 2 pence and the 1 pence goes into the pence part. If we want to put them back together to make the whole, we can do that. We can start with our pounds and pence in the parts. Here I have £1 and then a 10 pence and a 5 pence, making 15 pence. I can combine the parts to make £1 and 15 pence. If I want to put them back into the parts, I just slide them back into the parts. And now my parts are £1 and my other part is 15 pence. The same thing happens when we're using the written notation rather than the coins. I've got £4 and 20 pence. That's my whole. I can split it into the parts. One of my parts is £4 and the other part is 20 pence. I can put them back into the whole to show altogether I have £4 and 20 pence. It's your turn now. Have a go at questions 1 and 2 on the worksheet and think about those part-whole models. And if you have some coins, then draw yourself a part-whole model and slide your coins in and out.
Okay, let's have a little look then. Okay, part-whole. So here I showed it you using a dot. Here we're using the word and, which is actually a lot easier. So it says complete the part-whole model. So I can see in this first one I have got £3 and I've got 3 pence. So I would write, here's my pounds, 3 and 3. I've got £3, 3 pence. And just like our chocolate bars are worth more, our pounds always come first as well. Because don't forget that one of those is the same as 100 of those. Okay, you have a go at the second one and pause the video here if you need to. Okay, let's have a look at question 2. How much money is there all together? So I want to just put a line where the pounds are and where the pence are. There we go. That helps me out now. So I've got the pounds on one side and I've got the pence on the other. And I can see I've got £10 plus £5 plus, oh look, slightly bigger. It's the £2. So now I can add this up in 2 different ways. I can let the 5 jump into here and then jump on 2, or I can say I already know that 5 and 2 is 7, and that's going to jump over with the 10. So you've got your 7 little pieces of chocolate and you've got your 1 chocolate bar, 1 10 and 7 little bits of chocolate. So all together there we have £17. But we're not finished yet because we've got these pence on this side here. Oh, this is nice and easy. Look, 20 plus 5. 20 plus 5. Look, it's one of those multiples of 10, so this can jump straight in. And we know that that's going to be 25 pence. Have a go at this one. I'll help you by putting the line between the pounds and the pence. If you need to pause the video here, please do so, and then we'll go back to the video.
This time I'm thinking about the written notation, how it looks when we write the amounts down. But I'm going to start with my coins and my part-whole model. Here's my whole. I'm going to split it into pounds and pence. And now I'm going to remove my part whole model. I can see I have £2, and in the pence part I have 20 pence, 2 pence and 1 pence. Altogether, how many pounds and pence do I have? Well, let's have a look. I've definitely got £2, so now I just need to add 20 pence plus 2 pence would be 22 pence, and add 1 pence would be 23 pence. So altogether I have £2 and 23 pence. Maybe you could use a part whole model and some coins while having a go at question 3 on the worksheet.
Okay. Let's go back to the worksheet. Oh, there was C and D for you to do as well. And I bet somebody at home was saying, there's C and D to do, Miss Jones. Just like Ethan told me today that I'd drawn an octagon instead of a hexagon. So you can do C and D. Again, if you want, I can draw lines. Just be careful which side is pound and which side is pence on this one. And then on this one, you're going to have to find the pounds because they are all mixed up. They haven't been very kind with that one. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look at how many pounds we've got. Again, we're going to do the same thing as we've just done. I'm going to split these because it's done it nicely. So I've got 5 plus 1, so that's £6. And then I've got 50 plus 5, 55 pence. Oh, sorry, my 5 is not very good with the mouse. Okay, you can do B on your own. I will draw a little line to help you. And this one, don't get confused by this because we already know that it doesn't matter which part comes first, whether the blank bit comes first or whether this bit comes first. So we're not going to be confused with that. You can just write the amounts over here. And then here on this bottom one, they've been a bit sneaky and they've mixed up the pounds and the pences. So look carefully for the symbols for pound and add those together first, and then look for the symbol pence and add those ones together. Right, let's go back to the video. There's lots of moving around today. Right, back to the worksheet. By the way, if you're feeling really confident with this, you don't have to watch the bits where I'm going through the worksheet. You can just carry on your own. I'm just here to help those of you that want a little bit of help. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look for where my equals is. It's there. So I know this side has got to be the same as this side. So what pounds have I got first? Well, on this side, I've got 21 pounds. And on this side, oh, that's not a pound. That's not a pound. Oh, that's a pound. I've got £1. So they're not the same. I've got £21 over here, and I've got £1 over here. So what will I need to have in here so that I've got £21? Hopefully you're yelling out, it's 20! Yay! 20 plus £1, £20 plus £1 is 21. So this part here matches this part here. I'm happy with that. Right, now I'm going to have a look at my pence. So over this side, I don't have any pence. And over this side, I have got 50 pence and a 10 pence. And if I add those together, those are 60 pence. So that means that I'm going to have 60 over here. And I filled in the missing numbers for that one. Have a go at B and C. These are quite tricky, so don't worry if you're finding it really, really hard. You can have a look at the answer sheet at the end and then perhaps change it with a different coloured pen and see if you can figure out where you went wrong. Just keep looking for where the equals is, do the pounds first and then the pence. Right, back again. Here we go.
Rosie and Ron are looking at some money together. Rosie puts £13.50 on the table. But as soon as she does, Ron puts his hand over some of the coins. Oh, Ron, he's up to his old tricks again. How much money is underneath Ron's hand? Let's have a look. We know altogether we've got £13.50. So let's put that into a bar model. We can see we have £10 plus £2. And then there are some coins under Ron's hand. I think there are some pounds under there and some pence. How can I work this out? Well, at the moment, I have £10 plus £2, which is £12 altogether. I can see from the top bar I need £13, so I must be missing £1. And then if I go back to the top bar again, it says £13.50. Well, at the moment, I've got 10 plus 2 plus 1, which is £13. So I must be missing 50 pence. Ah, yes, my two bars are now the same size. They're equivalent. Was I right, Ron? Ah, yes, I was right. Oh, Ron, are you covering up the money again? Oh, Ron, he swapped some of the money. We've no longer got £10. What could Ron have swapped the £10 for? Yes, that's right. He swapped it for 2 notes, and they can only be a £5 and a £5. Is that right, Ron? Have a go at question 5 and 6 on the worksheet.
Okay, just wait for that to catch up. There we go. And back for the last time to the flip. Going to do that again because you won't have heard it, but that just started playing again in the background. Here we go. Right, Ron, He's rich. He's got £18.63 in his money box. He empties the money onto the table, but some falls on the floor. How much money falls on the floor? Whew, right. What do we already know? We know that altogether he has £18.63. So I put that into a bar model. Okay. What we need to do first is figure out how much we can see here. And then we'll be able to work out what we've got left. So what you need to do is have a look at how many pounds there are here first. You can write it out or put it into your bar model. And then I want you to see how many pence you've got there. Now that's not the end of the question. So that's not the question, because once you've worked out what's here, you need to work out what's missing. A little bit like when Ron was covering his money with his hand, you've got to work out what's missing. So you're going to have an amount, and once you've worked out how much money is here, you've got to work out how you're going to make that amount up to £18.63. You might have to persevere with this one a little bit, but you can also check it at the end. So check your bar models and the amounts that are in the bottom and just see if it does add up to £18.63. Now, I am not doing a challenge today because I think this has been a really, really, really tricky lesson. So persevere, give it a good go. Don't worry if you're finding it tricky. I know it's tricky today, so no worries at all about that. But have fun, and I will see you tomorrow.